Good afternoon, and welcome to our 4th grade Poetry in the Arts, a tribute to the 60s. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. You may now be seated. Soldiers and Hippies by Paige Dumars. Soldiers, skillful, young, guarding, battling, attacking, hero, guns, spirit, music, camping, singing, dancing, unusual, improper, hippies. Fashion by Mary Juno. Early 60s fashion. Classy, shapeless, flattering, covering, matching, glamour, garments, children everywhere, children dark and children fair, children of all shapes and sizes, children springing odd surprises, children chasing, running races, children laughing, making faces, children cooking, love for dinner, children, everyone a winner.
Children jumping, children wiggling, children grumping, children giggling, children singing, sneezing, weeping, children sometimes even sleeping, children giving children hugs, children chewing worms and bugs, children in their parents' hair, children, children everywhere.
Sports by Jack Rovers, Bobby Orr, White, Canadian, scoring, passing, playmaking, skating, defense, forward, fast, scoring, winning, dominating, black, Brazilian, Pele.
Tug-of-War by Shel Silverstein.
I will not play at tug-of-war. I would rather play at hug-of-war, where everyone hugs instead of tugs.
Where everyone giggles and rolls on the rug, where everyone kisses and everyone grins and everyone cuddles.
And everyone wins.
Martin Luther King by Sharon Siegelman. Treat people kindly, do what is fair. Work for all people, show that you care. Change what is wrong, but please do not fear. Think of new ways, change wrong to right. These are the ways, if we work as a team, to remember the man who said, I have a dream.
I have a dream by Zach Wells. I have a dream that everybody in healthcare. If everybody in healthcare, the stick in the pole will not to pay for the medicine they need. If people are trying to say no, we can help raise money to pay for people who need healthcare. Healthcare is something that everyone should have because it helps them stay healthy and safe. If everybody in healthcare, our world would be a better place.
I have a dream by Tyler Clark. I have a dream one day people will not drink and drive. People should not drink and drive because they could die or crash into another car and that person could die. People who drink and drive could hurt someone who do not drink and drive. When less people drink and drive, less crashes happen and less people die.
I Have a Dream by Electric Otis. I have a dream that world pollution would end. Every second, over 100 plastic bottles go into our ocean. Fish, dolphins, and other sea life die because of pollution. If we start using metal or reusable straws, it will help save our Earth. Another way we can help stop pollution is by bringing our own water bottles.
I Have a Dream by Oliver Ringer. I have a dream that one day people will stop being judgmental. If we stop reading a book by its cover, a lot of people will be friends. Being judgmental could be rude or hurtful to others. If people were kind, many people would be nice. Bullying also connects to being judgmental. If you think somebody is weird because they are different, doesn't mean you have to be mean to them.
I Have a Dream by Sophia Lynch. I have a dream to be in the FBI. The people who inspire me are the women police officers. They've shown me that if I have something in mind, like being a police officer or something else that is hard to do, that men think that women can't do, you should go for it. Any dream can become a reality if you have courage, determination, and passion to see it through.
I Have a Dream by Lucas Fountain. I have a dream that everybody should be able to say whatever they want in different countries. If you say something bad against the government, you can be thrown in jail in some countries. If you have freedom of speech, you can speak out to your government and make where you live a better place.
I Have a Dream by Chazy. I have a dream that there would be no more wars. If there was no more wars, then the governments will learn to talk to each other instead of fight each other. If we didn't fight, then families would be more safe. The wars cost a lot of money. If we didn't fight, then we would have more money to spend for the homeless people. Lastly, the government can help clean the air and water that has pollution with the money they save. I Have a Dream by Galen Montas. I have a dream that we stop polluting. If this keeps happening, animals and people can be badly hurt. The air, soil, and water is being polluted. Animals can get caught in plastic bags or just any plastic. It is important to me because animals shouldn't have to go through this. If we stop polluting, the air, soil, and water would be cleaner and animals and people would be healthier. If we stop polluting, our earth would be better.
I Have a Dream by Logan Bernard. I have a dream Logan knows to stop polluting. For example, we made a rescue farm. Scientists have made wind-powered windmills. The windmill's a generator and the wind is electricity. He also made solar panels so we can use the sun and energy. We're doing this because we are polluting the earth. It sounds remarkable and nothing because of all this pollution. So, what don't we do something about this problem?
I Have a Dream by Logan Bernard. I have a dream that girls get paid equally. People that give them jobs are paid boys more than girls. Women work the same amount as boys and get paid less. If we pay girls the same amount as boys, girls will have more money.
I Have a Dream by Jacoby Whedon. I have a dream that everyone should get along regardless of their political opinions. If they don't, it could lead to fights and arguments. If there are fights and arguments, people could be thrown into jail. To prevent these arguments, you could respect other people's opinions.
Dream by Aubrey Bayshard. I have that dream that there are no more school shootings. School shootings affect children and some adults' lives. After school shootings, children are scared to leave their homes and go to sleep. It may take many years until children have enough courage to go back to school. If there are no more school shootings, children feel safe at school. This is an excerpt from Martin Luther King. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out to the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
We shall be free. So have a little and hold out
wide world shall be. When the last tribe cries for crust of bread, and the last man dies just for words, like it says. When the shelter over horse heads, then we shall be free.
When the last thing we notice is the color of skin, and the first thing we look for is the beauty within, when the skies and the oceans are clean again, then we shall be free, we shall be free, we shall be free.
So have a little faith and hold out, because we shall be free. When we all loving would choose, when the world's big enough for all different view, when we're all ready to worship from our own kind pew, then we shall be free.
We shall be free, we shall be free, we shall be free. Stand straight, I won't crash, cause we shall be free. When the money talks for the very last time, and there's only one race, and that's mankind, then we shall be free.
We shall be free, we shall be free. Together forever, we shall be free, we shall be free, we shall be free. Stand straight, or we're out. We shall be free, we shall be free, we shall be free. Together forever, we shall be free.
Olympic race by failing life. Mama Rudolph, sprinter, winner, amazing, daring, working, strong, out. Olympian, brave, racing, loving, supporting, athlete, young, really white. Hockey Stars by Jack Bell. Molly Hull, fast, strong, scoring, winning, leading, Boston Bruins, Winnipeg Jets, Chicago Blackhawks, Patriots. Playing, living, passing, active, smart, Bobby Orr.
I Love You More Than Applesauce by Jack Prelutsky.
I love you more than applesauce, and peaches and a plum, and chocolate hearts, and cherry tarts, and berry bubble gum. I love you more than lemonade and salmon lemonades, and lollipops and candy drops and pink milkshakes.
I love you more than marzipan and marmalade on toast. Oh, I love pies of any size, but I love you the most. And the dentist said, "Now tell me, sir, why does it hurt and wail?"
And the crocodile said, "I'll tell you the truth, I have a terrible ache in my tooth." Then the jaws opened so wide, the dentist clambered inside.
And the dentist said, "Oh, isn't this fun?" as he pulled the teeth out one by one.
And the crocodile cried, "Oh, you're hurting me, so please put down your pliers and let me go."
But the dentist just laughed with a ho, 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 and he said, "I still have 12 to go. Oops, that's the wrong one, I confess. It was one crocodile's tooth, more or less."
Then the jaws went snap, and the dentist was gone right off the map. And where he was, only one could guess, to north or south or east or west. He left no forwarding address.
But what's one dentist more or less?
JFK Martin Luther King by Jack McCullough. JFK, brave, confident, speaking, leading, inspiring, country, nation, unity, peace, guiding, believing, caring, memorable, unique, Martin Luther King.
Vietnam War like Nino Rodriguez. Vietnam War, big, bloody, shooting, running, fighting, forts, tanks, sins, sit-ins, marching, shouting, dying, scary, violent, war protests.
The Voice by Shel Silverstein. There is a voice inside of you that whispers all day long. I feel this is right for me, I know this is wrong. No preacher, teacher, parent, friend, wise man can decide what's right for you. Just listen to the voice that speaks inside.
One, two.
Play the game.
Chazy, did you? We would like to wish Mrs. Walsh a happy retirement. She's put in a lot of great years here. She'll be missed. For those of you who were lucky enough to have Mrs. Walsh, just a few things to remember. Her love of Festive Fridays, all those activities in December. For those of you who went on a ski trip to Titus, she may not have been on the mountain, but catching all the children at the end of the mountain was always Mrs. Walsh before they did events. And for those of you who have worked here, her love of dessert Fridays. There's a lot of things that Mrs. Walsh is very easygoing about. The only thing I ever feared was I would forget my dessert day, because you do not want to come between that woman and your
So, to reiterate what Mr. Chazy said so well, one of the things that every teacher who sits in front of me right now hopes and wishes is that when you have a job here, that you hope that you make a great impact upon the children that you have, and that you make their lives better, that they enjoy being around you, that you give them everything you can. And the great thing that Sandy Walsh can say is that she can walk away from this school at the end of this month knowing that she's made a wonderful impact upon every student that she's ever had over these years, and not just the children too, but every adult that's has had the privilege to work with her over these years is a better person because of having Sandy Walsh in the lives of the adults and the children of this school. So Sandy, shockingly, Sandy, Mrs. Walsh does not want to come and say a few words. But I will tell you one quick story before we congratulate these grade fourth graders. So as some of you parents know and grandparents know, I've been coaching some of your sons in baseball. We actually had a game yesterday. And so I was surprised by one thing. If many students here can back this too. Last year, what was the dance that everyone was doing? The floss. So last year, every baseball game I coached, I looked down the outfield, and every kid was doing the floss in the outfield. So yesterday, I'm coaching the game, and I look in the outfield, and I see someone dancing, but it's not the floss. And I'm like, there's something wrong. Where is it? Josh, do you know? Hey, Josh. Now we are. So, this is one reason why we did not win our baseball game yesterday. Show us what you were doing in left field yesterday. Oh, yes, you were. All right, Josh. So I will do it with you if you do it. I'm not saying to be good at it. All right, Josh, ready? So I'm very proud of these fourth graders. What a wonderful job they did on their drawings, their poem, and speaking up here like they did. But I also want to thank Mrs. Martin for helping with the programs. Mr. Mountain always does a wonderful job on the piano for that. but also to someone who has just joined us this year, who has been also a great addition to our schools, Mr. Meadow. Round of applause. He is a great addition to our little school, and we hope he stays with us for a very long time. I want to see him playing that guitar up here for 20 some odd years. And Mrs. Goschel as well, too, for all the great artwork. I also want to thank, as I always do, Calvin Castine for being here. I want to also thank all the parents and grandparents, aunts and uncles. I know it's difficult for you parents and parents mostly to get out of work on days like this, and it's so special that you are here. And some of you might even remember the 60s, so that's good as well too. Proud of that. But what I want to do, one last thing, is a great round of applause for what a great job our folks did. Thank you all for coming. Parents, if you could just stay seated, we'll let all the other students exit, and then once we're all out, you guys can come up and take some pictures and do all that stuff. But again, thank you all for coming.